This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first two guests today are both from the Salvation Army. I have Amy and Kevin Cedarval. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, thank you.
You know, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is.
It is. And so, I mean, I know Salvation Army's there behind the scenes all the time, but this is the time of year when you're most visible, and it's the most important time of the year for all of you.
It is. There's so much that we have going on. This is our biggest fundraiser that we have of the year when we get our Christmas time. You know, this is stuff, the red kettles are out, you know, all the things that are going, food drives, toy drives, all these things. Some of it for our actual Christmas that we do, but some of it's, you know, the fundraising, we use that all year long. So.
And you know, Kevin, as we're taping this, Thanksgiving is a couple of days away. How are things shaping up for your food?
It's starting well. We've had some nice times. Just actually last night I was at the Ministerial Alliance Thanksgiving service, and they raised some funds for our food pantry.
Great.
And they actually brought in about 20 pounds of food, which is always a plus. And we've gotten a lot of churches started and a lot of groups started doing some food drives and just kind of getting going. So it's been good.
You know, Amy, sometimes people think, you know, well, things are so tight for me at home, you know, I really can't help. But you know, there are ways that anyone out there can help. One canned good, one paper project, 1 hour volunteering, ringing the bell. Just some examples.
Absolutely. And even the change, pocket change that gets added into a kettle, that adds up so fast. People, I don't think, realize how much it does. But we joke that, like, I can remember when my grandfather, when I was little, and he would never use change. And it would collect in his pocket, and so he would, like, either give it to me, or at Christmas it would always go into the kettle. And now on the other side of that, I see that, you know, these handfuls of change can sometimes, often add up to more than if they were putting in bills. But we're kind of so, many of us are programmed that change doesn't count. Change is just a little amount of thing. But probably a third of our money that comes in the kettles is coin. And our kettle goal is $80,000, just to kind of give you a...
Wow. That's
so
an ambitious
it's
goal.
amazing. It is an ambitious goal. But like I said, this is our biggest fundraiser of the year, so it helps us all through.
Okay. Now, Kevin, you have other opportunities for people to help. You have some trees out there, some kettles they can purchase. How does all that work?
Well, we have just a variety of stuff. One of our favorite things is the angel trees, which is out at local stores. They're little tags that you can read about a child. That tag represents a child in our program, and it has to be anonymous, of course, because we can't give out names or whatever. But the person who finds that tags can take those and they can shop for that kid. They can buy whatever toys the kid's asking for or whatever they'd like to give, and then they put the gift back in the box at that store, and we get those collected towards the end. And that's just a fun one. A lot of families love to do that with kids. They take the kids out and say, we're going to shop for a kid that we don't know. We also do the Adopt a Family program, which is families or groups or churches can call in and actually adopt a family. And they'll get whatever size family they'd like, and they actually are responsible for purchasing the Christmas for that family. And that's a big, larger donation, but it's a lot of fun because you can buy, you know, the gifts for the kids, some food for their Christmas dinner. Some groups actually will even buy gifts for the parents or buy things like dishes or something like that to just kind of help them out. This year, we started a fun program that weren't sure how it would be accepted at first. We actually have Adopt a Kettles sponsorship.
Kettle sponsorship, yes.
And it's worked in other towns, and we thought it would be a nice attempt to start this year. And we sent out to all the businesses in town that we have some connection with, and we said, if you'd like to adopt a kettle, you can do that. And there was incremental amounts that they could give if they wanted to do it
for a day or a weekend or the whole season, or
and
a week, I think was the other one. But we've had 2 responses on that, so we're excited.
Very good.
It was one of those things that, we kind of threw it out there, and maybe nothing will come of it this year, but we're going to try, and so we've had our first 2 responses on those, and we're very excited. We'll get a sign out at their kettle for their allotted amount of time. It'll have their logo and and show that, this kettle is sponsored today by this business. So.
Now, Amy, this is all done so that like one family doesn't get 100 things from 100 organizations, correct?
We do as much as we can with the other organizations so that we can kind of try and, we share as much as we can just because we have limited resources in town.
Yes, everyone does.
And everybody does. And we want to make sure that nobody goes without, but we also want to make sure that nobody's
Abusing the system.
Yeah, So yeah, we are in close contact with ACC has their wish list. We communicate a lot. A lot of the area churches communicate with us on a regular basis. Part of our Call Us for Help network that we do all year round, but it ramps up a little bit more at Christmas. But yeah, the churches will reach out and say, we've had this person request something, and they'll ask us if we know them or what's going on, and then often they will send them to us for Kathy, our client advocate, to do the intake and make sure that, everything is processed properly and on the up and up or whatever. And oftentimes that church will actually cover the cost of the need, but we have a great relationship with a lot of the churches in town where they want to help. But they also realize that they don't have the experience for the intake process or to do some of the background checking to make sure, all those things just to verify. And so they've partnered with us. And Kathy knows also that when we get some of those strange requests that there's just no funding for, like maybe somebody needs work boots one time. I know we had that one time where a gentleman came in, he'd gotten a new job. He had been unemployed for quite a time, and I think he was even homeless at the time, but I can't remember for sure. But he needed steel-toed boots. He didn't have money for them. We didn't have money in the budget at the time, but Kathy could contact her network of churches, and she was able to get some boots for him. Prescriptions is another one we get a lot, where we'll have people come in with some life-saving prescriptions, but we don't have the funding. There's no really anybody that has funding for that type of thing. We can call those churches, and they'll take care of that for them. They can, go over and just pick them up and they'll have paid the bill for it. So it's a great partnership. We love in Alpena where the fact that so many agencies and so many organizations can work together and just kind of make sure things are done.
Good. Well, we're out of time, unfortunately, but Kevin, a phone number or a way for someone to contact you to see how they can help?
358-2769.
Okay.
And that's the same number to adopt a family or to man a kettle or whatever you want to help out with. And we, would just love to hear from our community, and they respond so well. So we're looking forward to a great Christmas.
We'll talk to you next month.
All right, sounds great.
I'll be right back with Ann Gentry from the DDA following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last guest is Ann Gentry from the Downtown Development Authority. Hi, Ann.
Hi, thanks for having me here.
Thanks for being here. And as we're taping this, 3 of your biggest events of the year are over.
A sigh of relief.
A sigh of relief. The Christmas Downtown Open House, the Small Business Saturday, and the Christmas Parade. How did everything go?
So everything went really well. So this was the 2nd annual Christmas Downtown Open House, and that was hosted by the Marketplace this year. So we had a lot of people come downtown for it. A lot of different businesses participated with different specials, giveaways, just trying to have a festive, kickoff to the holiday season and get some of that shopping done early.
And we have such unique shops in downtown and such wonderful services and resources and things that people really need to take time to go downtown.
Absolutely. Even in the last few months, we've had one store open. So My Front Porch Decor, they do hand-painted signs. And as well as some of our other businesses switching it up for the holidays, mulled wine at Thunder Bay Winery, As You Wish Gourmet Eatery is having ramen and pho, so lots of different things going on downtown.
Yay, and then what about Santa?
So Santa will be arriving in his house after the Christmas parade.
Okay.
And then the DDA decorates his house. We're having As You Wish help us this year as well.
Oh, good.
And we'll have visiting hours every Friday night from 5 to 7 p.m. and then on the weekends from noon to 4 p.m. in Culligan Plaza.
Okay, come prepared with your list and be dressed warm, so in case you have to stand outside for a while and wait.
Absolutely. Usually we try to get people in and out and have a variety of hours for people to come, but definitely bring a list if you want, and bring your own camera or phone to take a picture with them.
Great. And you know, our town, we're getting such an eclectic mix of wonderful stores. So if someone out there is saying, hey, I want to open a business like, you know, my front porch, you know, what's the best way for them to contact you or get started opening a business in downtown?
Yeah, so definitely starting with the DDA office is a great place. We have an inventory of all the different properties that are available for sale or for lease, or there's some properties that aren't formally for sale, but could be for sale.
Okay.
So that's a good place to start, to give you details, who to contact, and then we can connect you with Target Alpena does small business help, as well as some of those other resources.
So you have everything there. Just stop by and see you, and you're located on Chisholm Street.
Correct. Yep, we're
Just
right
behind
next.
Santa.
Exactly. Stop and visit Santa, and then stop in the DDA office.
Okay, so what other things are coming up that are going to be fun and exciting through the holiday season?
So through the holiday season, we have Santa's visiting hours. Thunder Bay Theater is also doing Meet Me in St. Louis.
Yes.
So that will be a great festive way. It's done in coordination with the Maskers Club at the high school.
Yes.
So that runs, I believe, through December 12th or
Okay.
mid-December. So that's another fun
Yes.
festive activity. And then as well, throughout December, a lot of the merchants have extended hours. I know especially that week right before Christmas, a lot of them are going to be staying open till 7 on weeknights, a little bit later on the weekend. So for those last minute presents, there'll be plenty of options.
And they usually have like ladies' night and men's night and all of those fun things too.
Correct. Yeah, I think a lot of the merchants are usually planning their own promotions for that this year. So.
And you know, all of our restaurants that we have downtown, they all offer specials and music and different things. You know, you really need to check it out. And please don't say there's nothing to do in Alpena. It's like crazy. It's hard to make choices.
Absolutely. I find it difficult even to make it to every event because, you know, you want to support them and attend them. So definitely Downtown Alpena on Facebook has a calendar of all the events, and we like to promote events from wine tastings to our different theater performances to what's playing at the movie theaters to restaurant specials. So any options that are out there definitely is a good place to start.
And I know the chili chowder cook-off was a great success. How many people do you figure came through?
So we had approximately 373 tasters was
Okay.
our estimate that we had, which was about 150 more than we were expecting for.
Wow.
So that's something that in this time of year, especially after the holidays, I'll be looking at, you know, what kind of events and programs we want to start up in the following year, and looking with our committees at how we can improve the events, how we can improve what we're doing already, and what kind of new things we might want to start.
So how do people get involved? If they're downtown in a store and they're not involved now, what's the best way for them to get involved?
So if they want to get involved, the DDA, any of our committees, so we have an economic promotion, design, we have promotions, so that would be like events and all that, and then parking as well.
Oh, yes.
So we have a variety of different topics that we like to pursue and do different projects with to improve our downtown. So if they reach out to the DDA or reach out to me, I can certainly tell them more about what our committees do and when we meet and any possible ways to get involved.
Okay, so now the holiday season, when it's over, then what's going to be happening?
So the holiday season is definitely our biggest flurry of activity besides summer. Getting all the tree lighting ceremony taken care of, helping Bolins in the chamber with what they might need for the parade. After that, we'll be prepping for summer and for fall again. So we're definitely in these next few months after the new year really starting to plan our events for the year. We're planning on doing a progressive dinner
Oh,
in
yay.
February, so stay tuned for more details. We'll be working on figuring those out.
And if you're a business owner and you're not a member of the Downtown Development Authority, silly you need to become a member. And you know, if you have ideas and suggestions, you know, always stop by, say hi, and let them know what you're thinking or feeling, or ideas for promotions in particular. You know, there are so many wonderful events that downtowns do, you know, that bring people down, and that cohesiveness and the feeling of a downtown Christmas. You don't get it at a mall.
Absolutely, and that's something that towards the end of the year I'll be sending out a survey to our different business owners, and then I'd love to have the public participate as well. I love talking about downtown. I love hearing anyone's ideas for events or for promotions or any types of things, so definitely reach out in whatever way works best for you if you have any ideas or comments.
When I think of all the events that happened this year, with the writers and, you know, the beer festival downtown, I mean, it's amazing how many people visited our downtown area this year.
It is, and this year, this summer especially, with the Holiday Inn opening, I've heard from a lot of business owners that this was their biggest year. I know Downtown Scoop said they scooped the most ice cream they ever have before. So it was a great summer, and tourism definitely is on the rise because of not only what the downtown's doing, but the Chamber and the CDB
Thunder Bay National
and the
Marine
Marine
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. So all of these things are growing and helping
the
to promote our
library.
area.
The library does so many fun and wonderful things. They bring in so many great authors and programs that people in huge metropolitan areas can't even get.
Oh, I know. We definitely have. We're getting to that point where we have as many options to go to as some of these bigger cities.
Right, Thunder Bay Arts Council, it's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're just kicking off their season too.
Yes.
So there's always something to do, and we hope
Yes.
that people come and enjoy it.
So come down, take a walk around town, see all the wonderful, unique shops. Thank them for being in business and keeping our downtown the viable option that it is for shopping.
Absolutely. And that's what I always tell people, come on downtown, shop local, support local, give it a try before you do your shopping elsewhere, and thank our business owners for being there
Yes.
and choosing to make that their life.
Yes. So Ann, what's the best way for anyone to reach you?
So we have many ways to stay in contact. So stopping into our office, which is on Chisholm Street, right next to Culligan Plaza,
Okay.
or shooting me an email, or visiting our website at alpinadda.com.
Okay.
And if you're on Facebook, Downtown Alpena, I moderate the page, so you can always message the page, comment on things,
Okay.
stay in the loop.
Thank you so very much, and thank you and all of the members of the DDA for all the wonderful work that you do.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Kendra McInerney.
Hello.
Kendra, you are a real driving force behind the revival of the ACC Players, and there is going to be a new production.
Yes.
So tell the viewers about it and say whatever you want to say.
So ACC Players actually hasn't had a full production since 2010, so we're very excited to get the group back up on its feet and rolling. Our first show that we're starting with is The Actor's Nightmare. It's by Christopher Durang, who is an amazing playwright. I've actually worked on a lot of his pieces in my college years. He's basically the god of comedic timing and rhythm and pratfalls, those kinds of things.
Okay.
So our show is a one-act comedy. It focuses on George Spelvin. He's an accountant who stumbles into the back of a theater, and the stage manager mistakes him for the person who's supposed to go on for the lead of the show.
Oh, no.
So he gets thrown on stage. He doesn't know the lines, doesn't know what show he's doing. The show changes on him 5 times throughout everything, and he's not wearing pants. So it is absolutely the actor's worst nightmare.
Is George able to retrieve his inner actor and rise to the occasion?
There are quite a few moments where he just decides to really go for it and
Okay.
just own what's happening, even though he's fumbling through most of the show. But it's a lot of fun.
And you've gone for it. You must have a passion for theater to.
Yep.
Because that's been an area of, I guess, diminishing student interest or
Yeah.
student demand, and it's a concern to people who love theater.
Yeah, the acting classes at ACC have always had some pretty small class sizes,
Yeah.
so I'm hoping to move the players into more contemporary work, more fun things that the kids can relate more to.
And who has been kind of your help in terms of, on the ACC staff, kind of milking this into fruition?
Heather Pines is the
Okay.
current theater advisor. She teaches all the acting classes and is in charge of the theater space, and she's kept it up wonderfully.
Yeah, she is
Yeah.
a deep believer in theater.
Yes, she works very, very hard, and with her influence, we've been able to revitalize the lighting grids in there and make them more user accessible for different events that are happening in that space. And we're next week going back into the shop space to reorganize and get everything cleaned up. So yeah, lots of great things happening, and Heather's just been so helpful.
Wonderful. And you got a little help from the ACC Foundation and Penny Baldry?
Yes,
Wonderful.
we are actually getting our programs for this show professionally printed thanks to the ACC Foundation. So we'll have we have some ad space we were able to offer to the other local theaters, Thunder Bay
Oh,
and
good.
Civic. It's really been a great collaboration. We actually rented some costumes from both TBT and Civic, and some prop pieces to help us out on our show. So that's been just great to see all of the local theaters really coming together to get us back on our feet.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That collaboration piece is such an important part of what a community college should be doing.
Yes.
And especially in this area where we kind of have two entities doing it well and helping us out.
Yeah.
So what is it about theater that you love so much?
Theater is honestly all I have ever known. I did my first acting class when I was 6 years old, and my first show when I was 8, and I have just been nonstop theater my whole life. I was on Core Company at Thunder Bay for a couple of years, and then went off to Aquinas and got my bachelor's in theater performance, directing, and technical with a minor in music. So
Wow, that's pretty solid.
Yep.
Theater.
Yeah, it's definitely my passion. It's all I've ever wanted to do. So
If you were to, if there's a youngster out in the audience or somebody who hasn't been in a play before, why would it be important for them to get involved?
I think theater is so vital to life for everyone. I mean, it teaches public speaking, math, science, electricians, construction, sewing. There's so many different facets of theater that pretty much any interest that you have can somehow be worked into that. Teamwork, the collaboration is immense in the theater world. But yeah, there's definitely lessons for all walks of life, I think.
Do you have a role in the play? Do you have?
I do not. No.
Okay, you're the director.
Yep. For this first one, I am director, lighting designer, costume designer, props, scenic. I'm doing it all. But it's definitely coming together, and the cast that we put together is just phenomenal. We have 3 students who are looking to pursue theater in the future. They're all taking acting classes at ACC right now, so that's a lot of fun. And then
And who are these folks?
Eli Irving is playing Henry and the Executioner. Jake Lanier is playing our lead, George Spelvin, and Ashley Cotton is playing Sarah Siddons, one of our diva actress roles.
I see.
And then Heather McIntyre, who is going into graphic design, is playing Dame Ellen Terry. And then we have a newcomer, Erin LaBelle. She has never done a show ever, so she's really stepping out of the comfort zone to come work with us, and she's playing our stage manager role. She's the one that catches George and puts him out on stage, so she's been having a lot of fun with it too.
Good deal.
Yeah.
So when is it? How much does it cost? How do people get involved or come?
Yes, the show runs November 30th through December 2nd. We have 7:30 shows that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then a special matinee performance at 2 o'clock also on Saturday, December 2nd. Tickets are $8 for general admission and $6 for ACC students, faculty, staff, and any high school students. Pretty much 18 and under will be the $6 as well. And to purchase tickets, they can call the ACC box office at 358-7392.
Well done, well done. And we have about 30 seconds left. Any last message you want to leave with the viewers, or anything you would like to say about this?
Definitely just that I'm so excited for this opportunity to direct with ACC players. The support from the community is really what is going to push this all to the next level and keep us going. It's a great learning opportunity for these students. The show itself goes through so many different shows and genres. I mean, it goes from Private Lives to Hamlet to things by Samuel Beckett. It's just all over the map. So it's a great opportunity, and please come see it, because we would love for it to continue.
Thank you, Kendra. Thanks for leading this effort. Thank you all for watching Talk of the Town, and we'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.